see they've got all the building happening over there. I've got to get to the other side of the Cook Highway and find the bypass. It's not just there, so I might have to do a bit of bushwhacking to find it. I'm not sure. You know, these bike paths haven't really been thought out that well from what I can gather. So the other thing is, when I first started riding, there was quite a few pedestrians. I was surprised how many people go walking down the pathway just around where the shopping centre is, but there's bugger all traffic then. One lady with a pusher, she said hello, which is nice. So yeah, it's great. I love it. But I've got to get across here and then pick up the trail somewhere, because otherwise you just can't get. The only other way I could do it would be to go on the actual main road. I'm not going to do that with the roundabout, forget it. Well, unbelievable. I got across the other side of the highway at where Dan's house is, and all they had to do is extend the bike path a few metres and you could have done it quite seamlessly, but of course no planning. But what's surprising there? But worse than that, I took the route goes under a road here, so so it's only a short hop under the road, but I'm going down there. It's quite dark, there's no lights, and guess what I find? A group of school kids squatted down right in the middle of the bike path on my side. What morons. They have my nomination for the Darwin Award today. Absolute idiots. Products of our education system these days. Stupidity like that abounds. And as I say, Darwin, well, natural selection. Take these kids a few years back and they would have been RIP. So, oh my God. I mean, it's a shame because this is an absolute bike rider's paradise around here. It really is. It's one of the best places I've ever been to ride a bike. I got myself a good bike. I had my doubts, but I'll tell you, this bike is performing really well. So very happy. Just got to watch out for idiots. Obviously they abound. It's 11 past, about 12 past 11 I should say, and I'm up at Trinity Beach Road. Just got to go down here and then do a left into Oyster Crescent, or no, not Crescent, close. I think it is anyway. It's Oyster something or other anyway. It's got a unique signage at the front, it's quite nice. So I think it's taken me around 20 minutes to get from Smithfield. It's a really easy run, apart from the bit that's not completed. But of course you expect that. Urban planning these days. How dare you connect things together and make it easy for people? You can't do that. But yeah, it's been a dream. Much better than I anticipated, because I was thinking the worst. So I'm a misery guts when it comes to that stuff. Before I go overseas, I always freak out about everything that could go wrong, and it's been the opposite. It's been brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And yeah, I wish I got on the bike earlier. Now I've got to go on the road though, so that won't be so much fun. There's no real bike paths down here, so I'll be stuck getting on the road. So that's a bit of a drag for a short period of time, and then back on the side streets, so that'll be good. At the end of Oyster Close off Trinity Beach Road, quite an attractive little road, winding road, down to this footpath which connects to Kewarra Beach. So just take this footpath down here, and it'll go over a creek, and might walk it actually so I can actually film it. So here we go. And I doubt whether this will be on Google Maps, because my other shortcut through Strumbon Avenue also doesn't show up. So I doubt whether Google would regard this as an option. But if you've got a bike, it is. I certainly could ride it if I wanted to, but I'll be conservative. Still getting used to the steering on this bike. So there you are. See, it's quite a big common area with the drainage and what have you. And on that side, we are in Kewarra. So almost home. Pretty good, eh? Like I say, I reckon 25 minutes almost do it if I was really racing. Back in Kewarra, and that's the view. looking over towards Trinity Beach, and you can see that the hill, which is always prominent in the background. And this is the road that will take me right down to virtually to the end of the street, to Kewarra Street, which is where it runs along the beach. So going straight down here, I'll be able to get down there pretty well. Just got to go along the main road for a very short time, much shorter than along Trinity Beach Road, but it's been a very easy ride. Apart from having to navigate over the Jimmy Cook Highway, that's the only hassle, and I wish to God that the state roads boards would do something about that, because crazy that it is just designed for cars. Forget about pedestrians, forget about bike riders, they can go. Yeah, not good enough. The hardest part of the trip was probably the last few metres. I've got a bit of a headwind there. So apart from that, it's been pretty good. It's let's look at the time, see what 11:28. I reckon took me around 30 minutes in total, 25-30 minutes in total. So it's not bad at all. Good bike, very happy. So that worked out very well. I got a nice quote for the installation yesterday. He sent it through via email today, so it's all happening. Getting good stuff happening. Hi guys, this is an impromptu video made because I got some rather annoying news late this afternoon or early this afternoon, which is that Cairns is in lockdown as of 4 p.m. today for 3 days. And yeah, it came as a bit of a blow to me. I guess I can say that I can now empathise with people in both New South Wales and Victoria who have been putting up with this crap for a lot longer than me. But I'm still stunned that it's actually happened here. And you know what? It's all because of one case. One taxi driver who apparently was wandering around Cairns for 10 days. He's the guy who's basically led to probably a couple of 100,000 people being totally inconvenienced for a few days. So, as usual, I think it's a ridiculous overreaction. The frightening Delta strain has struck Cairns, and this is the same Delta strain that may well be more contagious than the previous version of COVID, but is less dangerous. It's actually the number of casualties caused from this particular strain is lower. So I would have thought that's the more salient point, but apparently not. So with a level of incredulity, I'm telling you that we basically are now in lockdown city up here. I didn't think it would ever happen in Cairns, but there you go. And so we're going to have to, apparently going to have to mask up if you're out and about, which is absolutely ridiculous because most people don't wear masks that are going to really stop any spread of infection. They're basically cotton masks and they're there for show. They're a theatrical prop in effect. And it's an absurdity to think that this is all part of this doctrine of locking down. It just makes no sense at all. And it really makes me cynical about the whole thing. It's basically a theatrical exercise, a show of power by governments over individuals. I know there's a few people in America who are absolutely stunned at what's happening in Australia right now because we've got so many lockdowns. We are basically lockdown central for the world at the moment. And it's not a reputation I think is something to crow about. It's interesting that when I picked up my, when I went to Kmart on Thursday, I noticed that the woman who'd been serving me was wearing a mask. And Friday, I noticed they're all wearing masks. So it's obviously Kmart, the staff at Kmart have been told ahead of time to wear masks. Now, is that because they knew what was going to go on? Wouldn't surprise me if the corporate world knew about this before we did.
because they're the ones that definitely do better in these situations than the poor bastard trying to run a business by themselves, or a small business or a medium-sized business that doesn't have the resources to basically carry on over this sort of restriction. That's why it's actually, it almost seems like a conspiracy to basically destroy small business. They're doing a good job one way or the other, whatever the motivation is. It's certainly going to cause a lot of angst. Luckily, this one's only 3 days, but as you all know, it could be just the first of numerous lockdowns that will occur in this part of the world as well now. That's why I was thinking that the only safe option for anybody these days is to find yourself a quiet island to live in, and you won't have any problems. I'll still be able to give you information about what it's like up here in the suburbs, because I can ride my bike, because that's regarded as vigorous exercise, and I won't even be breaking any of their stupid rules by actually riding around and taking some footage. So I can do that the next few days. Today's actually quite inclement. It's fairly nippy by our standards. It's 24. I know you'll be scoffing at me from Melbourne, so complaining about 24 as being nippy. But seriously, I almost felt like I needed to wear a wind cheater sitting out in the louds with the slight draft coming through. And we've had a bit of rain as well, so it's almost wintry by our standards. Yeah, so I will give that clarification there. I did contact that state school where those cretinous students came from, who were sitting in a circle in the dark on a bike track, and I've got no reply from them. So if I was a parent sending kids to that school, I'd be wondering about the level of care that that the teachers are bringing forward towards the students. I mean, that's is just not good enough. But they haven't bothered replying to me, because I did actually send a relatively lengthy email to them, because I thought it was an important thing to bring to their attention. And it's a bit of a worry when kids are doing dumb stuff like that. What else are they doing? I mean, that is a particularly stupid thing to do. It was the worst possible position to be sitting on your ass in the dark in the bottom of a tunnel. Is not a smart move. I really do think that, I don't know if everybody knows the film called Idiocracy, but when you see things like this, you start to think it really, Idiocracy is basically a Nostradamus job, because they are predicting the future, the stupidity and dumbness, the dumbing down of government, educational institutions. It seems to be happening. Anyway, that's basically my update. Oh, the only other thing I've got to add is I just don't have any luck buying new stuff. That new mobile phone, it looks fabulous and everything. Trouble is, it takes a nano SIM card, and I don't have a nano SIM card. I've got, I think it's a micro one that's in my current mobile. So what I had to do was actually get Aldi Mobile to send me a new one through the mail, because there are no Aldi stores up here. So I can't buy one over a counter. So the only way I can get it is to have it sent by mail, which means I'll probably have to wait around 10 days, I would imagine, before I'll get it through the mail, insert it, and then cancel the old one. And I hope then it'll work in the new phone. So yeah, I'm not having much luck with new stuff I'm buying. There always seems to be some sort of a technical hitch before I get the thing up and running. Anyway, that's basically my little addendum to the video of me riding back from Kmart. That was a good story. Nice to see the bike was going well, and can't wait to have another ride. Anyway, like I say, as usual, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, make a comment, and consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you very much. Have a great day.